Hi, today as part of our Business Spotlight program, I'm with Aaloka Anant, and he's founder and CEO of Maya Data Privacy. So over to you, Aaloka. What is it you do, and for how long have you been doing it?
Thanks, Kevin. Um, I have been helping in the digitalization of enterprises
Okay.
by enabling the compliant use of data without any compromise on privacy. And I've been doing this for around 19 plus years. This is my 20th year. I worked for SAP, the enterprise software company, where I used to build roadmaps for digital transformation of enterprises. And now, with Maya data privacy, I have been using a proprietary technology which we use to clone and anonymize live applications efficiently with zero data footprint of our own.
Wow. That's so basically, if I'm a business owner, what does I be looking to get from you, or what would you be providing for me? So it's compliance, obviously, with the GDPR, as you say in the background there, but also it what protects me from being hacked or whatever. I don't know, something like that.
Exactly. So this will enable the company to use the data they have stored from their customers, from their vendors, suppliers.
Mhm.
So right now, if you're having a customer, you just deal with the customer with that data. If you want to use that data for, say, for example, using AI in your company, you have to go back to the customer, get some contracts signed, rights of usage and all that. Plus,
Right.
if you do that, you actually risk a lot of data to an AI tool. So it obviously goes outside of your organization, and there are chances of breach and hack and so on. So what our technology does is if we convert live running applications like an ERP application or an analytics application to run with anonymous data. So if such with such data sets, you can definitely use for AI. You can take data and collaborate with vendors. You can outsource heavily. You can optimize your whole operations because now you're working with anonymous data. So there is no, I mean, the risk of hacks, for example, if there's a security breach and your data is lost, what you lose, there's no personal information in that. So
Ah,
from compliance, you are like 100% there. With cybersecurity risks, you can avert up to 95 or 98% in some calculations, any cybersecurity risks.
wow. Okay, that's because we do see some high profile stuff of personal data being leaked or being caught by the taken by the
A
bad guy.
lot.
Yeah, yeah, fantastic. That's brilliant. And you've been growing. As well. Look, what do you attribute your growth to?
Our growth is primarily, I will attribute it to our awareness of changes around us
Okay,
and the opportunities which generate.
right.
Okay, every change brings an opportunity. Similar was with the privacy regulations, similar with AI and so on. And the unique ability I have as myself and my team to relate business to technology. So, so this is where our whole growth comes in, that we can relate the technology to businesses, and it is not only tech company like Google or Apple, but to anyone like a tire manufacturing company, a medicine manufacturing company, and so on. And we try to link this, and this is where our niche is.
Fantastic. Yeah, because often sometimes you feel business and technology are speaking two different languages. Yeah.
Very true.
Okay. And if you had to start from square one in business, what would you do differently?
So we always learn with time,
Yeah.
right? And action at any moment is governed by sum total of all our experiences till that point, right? So what I'll do would be definitely very different from when I started
Mhm.
because we are 5 years ahead. So I think the main question is what we will do rather than what we'll do differently, right?
Okay.
So yeah, people fail because they just wish. And they wish that something happens, somebody protects something, and my business can expand. But to get to the core, to do what is best today,
Mhm.
and give your best. So that's what I believe as a person and as a company as well. We believe pretty much in this, what we can do today and build on it. So once you start doing what we can do today, we can build something significant and something impossible, hopefully.
Fantastic. Yeah, I don't know who said it, but things are impossible until they're done. Yeah. Okay. And well, I think you've touched on some of it, but what have your biggest learnings been as an employer since you began in business?
So as an employer, I think keeping commitment is the key to being a successful employer. Yeah. As an employer, I've noticed that it's not about incentives to the employees, but it's about interest.
Mhm.
It's not about the wages, but it's about respecting their wishes. Yeah. And when it comes to growth, it's not about growth alone, but it's about growing together. And I think with these things, I have learned a lot. I learned a lot when I started as an employer compared to a lot of years which I have spent as a leader for large teams, leader for large digital transformations.
Mm.
And achieving the targets for large organizations, I learned a lot. But then as an employer, I have learned these basic things. It's not about, not about, and the main thing is it's not about incentives, it's about interest.
Interesting. Okay, fantastic. Yeah, so that's and this idea of team and everybody growing together. Yeah, fantastic. I like that idea. Okay, and so I suppose the other one a lot of business owners or small business owners are time poor. How do you balance your personal life with the demands of running a business?
Yeah, so this is a good one. But as an entrepreneur, business is always personal. So you always start with something which is close to your heart and you go into it, and it does affect personal life to a very good extent. So there's no denying on that. The differentiation comes when you find a new balance. So it's a new balance and not the usual balance in a job. It's very different from a work-life balance as well, I would say. It's not just that you switch off your laptop at 5 p.m. or 7 p.m., right? It's the whole mind which is engaged as an entrepreneur of a small business. So it's about finding things in personal life which you like to pursue as passionately as you do as an entrepreneur.
Oh, okay.
And this is how the new balance comes in.
Fantastic. Fantastic. I like that. Um, And going back to employees, what qualities do you look for in employees, and how do you foster a positive and productive work environment? I think you've touched on some of it, but maybe just to
Yeah.
elaborate a bit.
Yeah, I think as an employer, or I think as any company would wish to have, the employees should be progressive. So it's not just coming in, doing 8 hours of work and logging off, logging in. That's probably an old time concept. The world is changing so fast. So I think what I would look for in employees is that they are progressive. They're transparent at work affairs, at least fully transparent at work affairs, fearless in presenting ideas and fighting for it if they're not heard.
Very
It's
good.
very important. Yeah, it's very, very important to communicate.
Hmm.
I have seen, because I work with diverse teams. With we are into Germany now. We have German employees, very different cultural thinking. We have Irish people, we have Indian people, I have people from Poland, and so on. So the language does play a major role.
Hmm.
So I think as long as we can have the connect and freedom for employees, they should also come forward, be progressive, be vocal, be transparent.
Okay, fantastic, fantastic. Okay, and I suppose just to round off, Aaloka, what are some of the common misconceptions about running a business, and how do you address them?
Yeah. So the first one is, and as an entrepreneur and as a small company, the concept for people think that you are the CEO, so you are the boss. That's a misconception. For
Okay.
sure, you're not the boss. And it's the second one, very important thing is people think, oh, you're the boss. Why you can take a day off? And no, it's not true. So, of course, you do what you want to do as a head of a business or running a business, but you definitely have to be guided and must be guided by the objectives of the business. So that's something which is not so clear. And this brings me to the next one as a misconception. The social status and the encouragement, like when you're in college, people say, "Ah, cool, yeah, he's starting his own, that's great," and blah blah blah, and everybody's to you, like, how can we help you? And then same not only with friends and family, but it's also with different bodies in say ecosystem. Like the Irish ecosystem has a growing promotion from so many programs for entrepreneurs, for SMEs, the local enterprise office, everybody is there to help you. But it's somehow kind of it's in the middle. It's not true fully. So everything is very rosy stuff. But you really find out slowly as you grow and go into a business, you realize the gray, and between the white and black there is a lot of gray, and then you realize that there's nothing which is fully for you. There's nothing. Everybody has their own agendas, everybody has their own incentives, and this is another misconception, I would say, that people think, oh yeah, cool, I'm now going in this way and the world is around me. Never. So we have to learn, we have to identify friends and business relations, we have to keep a good balance in personal and professional life. At the same time, the key to get out of these is to develop your own way of dealing with this. And I think I have these lessons from my master's. I mean, I did an MBA from IIM Bangalore in India, which is one of the best colleges. But then the one major thing which helps me get out of everything from a business angle, or as a businessman running a business, is everything has a purpose. And the same with everyone. Everyone has a purpose. And the moment you identify how your purpose aligns with their purpose, you can grow, you can prosper, help everyone to grow. I think that's the key to success.
Fantastic. Okay. Yeah, no, that's really great. There's some great learnings there for our viewers. So really great talking to you today, Aaloka. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Kevin.